On our way to the Damara Living Museum, we stopped and had a spot of tea and homemade cookies at the Burnt Mountain, and then checked out the organ pipes rock formation. To us casual observers, it looks like a waste product of a mining operation. Not. The Burnt Mountain is an 80-million-year-old stream of lava hill, a 7.5-mile volcanic ridge.
The Burnt Mountain is not far from the organ pipes. The organ pipes are slender, octagonal-shaped dolerite columns that line the sides of the small river course and are around 120 million years old.
We met the cutest guy who was the caretaker of the organ pipes, and Val, in her kindly way, had brought just what he could use, a pair of sunglasses. In fact, she had brought a bag of great items, but sunglasses were definitely the most popular gift ever.
Tourism is another great value gift to this country. Without it, much of the protections of nature and wildlife would not be going on.
So we hit the dusty trail to the Damara Living Museum.
If he's trying to impress the female, he will fly up, let's say 50 or 60 feet up in the air, and then back somersault, but just before he hits the ground, he spreads out his wings and lands.
We call it the desert frog because of his call. And that's where even the name coming for one, it's endemic to the Namib.
How do you do that? Do you burp every time? It's a long burp.
You just
keep repeating you.
So the name Quran, they call Quran. Yeah.
And speaking of cute, this gal was just cute as all get. A great guy with the most charming demeanor. Actually, the whole cast were a lot of fun folks.
The Living Museum presents the traditional culture of Damara.
What a cool setting.
You get a great view of the daily routine in the Living Museum.
We want to keep the culture alive and show the visitors how our elders were living in the former times. So take pictures. Okay. Yeah, and when we're done, you visit the two craft shops.
Okay,
yeah.
great. Very good.
Yeah. Okay, welcome in.
Thank you. Hello.
Okay, welcome into Open Air Village. The chief was a lucky man, and he was having 3 wives. And where we are standing, where we are sitting, we got the blacksmith. This is the place where the men can work here. They will make tools and weapons from the metal. Once the metal become red, take out the metal from the fire, he beat with the stone hammer. When he done, they will make things like this. And this tool we call Ngari, up in my language with the clay. Ngari, up. You can try?
Mari.
Up. Up. You can just like scratch off some hairs from the skin. Men can just shave their hairs, and when you turn the metal, you can use as the edge to pick some wood. You can put tobacco here, and you smoke from here as a smoking. You cannot beat your wife or your husband. With the springbok horn, you scratch your backside. That's a multifunctional tool.
I would say so.
Again, now we move on to the ladies' workshop. And this is the ladies' workshop. Here the ladies make some jewelries from the ostrich eggshell. And afterwards, they will add different seeds like necklaces, bracelets, and many more. And between the ostrich eggshell, we have a what? Jacaranda seeds. And this is the modern beads.
We shared our time there with the blacksmiths, maker of weapons and tools, the women's jewelry and crafts workshop, and a gal who was busy leather tanning for the production of traditional clothes made from goat skin that the troupe wore. We witnessed the serious business of traditional games reserved for the chiefs, who seemed to be the only ones who had time for that. Apparently, it could stall or start a war. Grim business, these games. We get a quick pronunciation lesson.
And here we got 4 rows. We got stones from here. We put 1, 2, 3.
Love the folks who are game for silly fun.
And we keep on. Now he stopped here.
I loved listening to the Damara click-sounding language. It was so musical. We met a healer who shared the healing aspects of plants. And watch the intricacy of fire making. Could come in handy.
Ja, en dan mag ons zo klok. En deze zand maakt maar die rijping. En van deze rijping komt die kolle, dan komt die kolle. That's the way how we make the fire, huh?
Alright.
Yeah.
We better not forget who's the chief, or who won the game. He loved clowning with us. Ending off with the whole troop gathering for some lovely dancing and singing.
It all made for an interesting and fun geologic and cultural day. We were invited to meet some cute kiddos at the local school. They sang us a sweet song, and we got to share with them gifts, which Val, our gifted lady, had brought. We had taken turns carrying the heavy, laden bag through the airports, and we were glad that we finally found an appreciative home.
Bye.
We were headed back to camp when we saw these 2 mongrel-looking dogs trotting along the mountain. We weren't sure what was up. Pretty soon, we saw that all these goats were following them. In fact, one dog was leading the goats and another taking up the rear. It soon became clear to us that the 2 dogs were goat herders and no humans were involved. It was absolutely amazing to watch. These 2 dogs had complete control over bringing the goats back in from the desert to the water back at the corral. And the goats just kept coming. They just kept coming. These were really impressive doggies.
I've never seen a dog take such a deep drink. You could see they had run many miles to gather all their brethren. It made our day. Job well done, doggies. Then we had an ostrich parade, positively enchanting. Keeps saying, wait till Etosha. And he's right. We will have lots of parades there. And Ellie tracks on the way back to camp. It spurs instant memories of that phenomenal encounter.
This is our last night in this exquisite place, Damaraland. And you can't help but start feeling a little down that this leg of the adventure is over.
We are greeted at camp by our always entertaining gals and their crazy sweetness, and the night descended on us quickly. We were led on a lighted path, all the brown paper bags, each with a candle in it, lighting the walkway, to a gorgeous boma, nice fire.
My, oh my. Everything looks so beautiful. And there you are, Limbo.
Beautiful ambiance. A lot of work goes into this movable feast. The staff were so generous-spirited. And filled with lively music, always. We help but keep looking up when life is so darn good.
Back to our tents to pack for the morning and all our laundry freshly cleaned and ready for the next adventure. Next morning, after our goodbyes and pics, we're off to Etosha, a land of legend and wonders, about a 4.5-hour drive for us. How can we help but keep looking up when life is so darn good?